today on location at Melbourne Buslink, Footscray Depot on Buckley Street. And as you can see, the buses are getting ready to run out into the afternoon peak hour service to transport passengers to their destinations. Melbourne Buslink operates a fleet of 86 buses and 186 staff members bring the service to you. I'm here with Greg Dower, the General Manager for Melbourne Buslink, to get some insight into what Melbourne Buslink is all about, how it started and why it's important. Hello, Greg.
How are you, Tanya?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, tell me, how did Melbourne Buslink form?
Well, Melbourne Buslink started as a result of a tender that the current government started back in 1992. And as a result of that tender, Melbourne Buslink was formed towards the end of last year, but it started operation on the 13th of April this year. Just a little bit of background into the tendering process. Prior to Melbourne Buslink, the company that operated was Metbus, which is part of the government service, and as a result, Melbourne Buslink is the last of the government operation. Prior to that, there was 4 depots that operated the government service. NBC took over operation of the other part of the service back in '93. The tender started last year for Melbourne Buslink, but the '92 was the one for Metbus.
Okay.
And what we're about is providing a fairly extensive service to the people of the western suburbs primarily, and also down along the beach area at Sandringham, Brighton, and also Gardenvale. We believe this is a very important part of the bus network of Melbourne.
Yes, you cover quite an extensive service, don't you?
Yes, there's
7 routes, I think.
yes, 7 major routes, and each of those routes have their own characteristics, their own markets. So it's very important that we have a good understanding of that and ensure that we give the customers on those various markets the best possible service we can.
Can you tell the viewers what those routes are?
I'll start from 232, that's the service from North Altona to the city. That service operates from a interchange out at North Altona. It's basically an express service that operates 7 days a week. But the last service is on a Friday night at about 9 o'clock. It doesn't operate late at night. 220, which is Gardenvale to Sunshine, it's a very long route. The travel time during the peak period is around about 95 minutes. That provides a fairly extensive service to the western suburbs and also down the southeastern area. We carry a lot of school children on that route. 216 and 219 operate. 216 operates from Deer Park to Brighton, and 219 is from Sunshine Park and also South Sunshine to Brighton. That also is a very long route, and that route also extends to Melton on a Saturday, which makes it an extremely long route. But the importance of that is that there's no transport in Melton on a Saturday, so it provides a very vital service, particularly for the youth of Melton, to be able to get into Melbourne and back on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people are counting on that service to continue.
Yes, they definitely are, and we're also fortunate that we operate the night rider service on a Friday and Saturday night, which also services Melton. The other routes, we have 600, which operates from our Sandringham depot. We have a small depot in Sandringham with 14 buses, and that operates from St Kilda Station to Southland Shopping Centre. It carries a lot of elderly people, particularly around the Sandringham, Black Rock, Beaumaris area, and provides a fairly vital feeder to 2 areas. One is the Sandringham Station for commuters from the Black Rock, Beaumaris area going to work, and also for shoppers going to Southland, which is a very large shopping centre down that area. The other service we have in Footscray is 223, which operates from Yarraville and Williamstown Road to High Point. That's a very busy service. We carry a lot of people on that route. 215, it operates from High Point to Deer Park West. That's only an hour service, but it's also a fairly vital service. So they're basically our services, and we cover a very large area of the western suburbs and also down the southeast.
Oh, that's great. Now, who are the groups that make up Melbourne Buslink?
Well, Melbourne Buslink was formed as a result of a consortium between Dyson's Bus Services and Reservoir Bus Company, the two long-established companies that operate in the northern part of Melbourne. And they bring a lot of expertise to this business. And I believe one of the main things they bring to this business is a change of attitude towards the staff that operate in the business, which is extremely important. But they also are very experienced in bus operations.
Hence the changes taking place, or that have taken place since the amalgamation of these groups to form the Melbourne Buslink Co-op.
Oh, yes, there's been quite a substantial change, particularly the way that the staff work. And there's a lot less administration now since the government operations. But we believe we concentrate on the core business, so we don't need a lot of people to do that. I think in the past there was emphasis on other things apart from the core business, and really our business to operate a bus service for the community in the western and the southeastern suburbs. And as I said before, I think the thing that you'll find in Melbourne Buslink is a refreshing change in the attitude of staff towards working in this company as opposed to what it was before.
And your focus now is very much on customer service.
Customer service is what the business is all about. We're here to provide a service to the people. If we don't provide that service, we won't stay in business. So it's very important that we get the people to use our service, and the people that use our service are happy with our service. We have problems from time to time, but we do what we can as quickly as possible to identify the problems and also rectify them. We have a customer service department, so to speak. Well, I wouldn't call it a department. We have a full-time person that handles all the complaints that we receive, and I quite often handle a few myself, and we follow them up. But we're here to try to ensure that the people that are using the service get a first-class service and are happy with the service that they receive.
You're in the process of getting 12 new buses built, is that right?
That's correct. We're in the process of having those buses built. Hopefully we'll have the 12 in total in service by the end of this financial year. This is a very important initiative because the current fleet that we have, 24 of them are 1988 model buses. There's a device on the bus which enables the driver to kneel the bus, so it will be basically level with the gutter or the curbing. So that enables, for instance, an elderly person to step straight onto a bus, or in the case of a mother of a pram, just wheel the pram straight onto the bus. There's no climbing and there's less likelihood of people falling over. And in addition to that, gives us the ability to put wheelchairs onto the buses. If we can't get the wheelchair on by that means, the other way will be with a ramp, which will be also installed in the bus, with the driver will put down to get the wheelchair onto the bus. And we provide a place on the bus for a wheelchair to be stationed.
What does it take to be a bus driver? I'm sure most people might think all it is, hopping onto a bus and sitting down and driving for eight odd hours. But what's exactly involved, and what level of skill do you need to be a bus driver?
Well, I suppose I'm in a fortunate position. I was a bus driver 25 years ago. What you need, you have to have the ability to be able to concentrate for a fairly long length of time. It's a very skillful job and also very demanding. You have to have the right type of temperament, and also you have to have a sense of humour because sometimes things don't always go your way. So, but you got to have a very good driving technique because you're driving a 12-metre vehicle, which is quite heavy, and it doesn't pull up quite the same way as a motor car does. So the skill level is quite high.
Where do you see the future of Melbourne Bus Link?
I see the future has been very positive, mainly because there's going to be a lot of development in the western area. Docklands is one project that's going to be very important. We currently service that precinct. So when the road network is put in, obviously we'll be looking to provide a service to either residential or industrial development there. Another important area that's currently being developed is Caroline Springs. It's out in the Western Highway past Deer Park. So we'll be looking to provide a service there and any other development that occurs in the western suburbs. So we see the future as being very positive for this company. And as I said before, that with introducing new buses, it's going to provide a higher level of satisfaction for the people using our service, and I believe also for our staff, because they'll be using the state-of-the-art equipment. So we see this
a lot easier.
It certainly will, and we see a very positive future for Melbourne Bus Link.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time, Greg, and good luck in the future.
Well, it's a pleasure, and I hope the viewers out there are encouraged to use public transport because it's a very important aspect of the environmental protection that we need to ensure that we all get involved in nowadays. So thank you for the opportunity to be able to talk about Melbourne Bus Link.
It's good night from me at Melbourne Bus Link at Footscray, wishing you comfortable and safe travel.